Hi, I'm Jssel Blackmore, and today we're going to be making some coconut buttercream frosting to go on a coconut cupcake. So right here I've got a cup of room temperature butter. I've got my handy KitchenAid mixer here with the paddle attachment on. So I'm going to add the butter in there and slowly start to cream it. And I've also got a half a cup of coconut oil here. So at room temperature it should be solid, so you're just going to add this into your butter and cream it at the same time. So buttercream frosting is a super simple gluten-free frosting that you can make for any cake or cupcakes. You can add any flavor to it, you can add food coloring to it, and it always looks great. So we've got our creamed butter and coconut oil here. So for 1.5 cups of fat, we're going to add 4.5 cups of icing sugar. So you want to add it a little bit at a time. If you add it all at once and turn your mixer on, you're going to end up with a face full of icing sugar. So we'll just add 1 cup at a time and let it cream. And once that's all incorporated, then you'll add more. So as it's churning, the icing sugar is going to be incorporated in there, and once it looks just like butter again, add more icing sugar. So that's 2 cups. And I've got a little bit of vanilla here. We're going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla in this recipe. Coconut and vanilla goes really nicely together. So we'll add our 4th cup of icing sugar. And it's going to start to look like you can't take any more icing sugar, but when you add that last cup, let it blend, and then you're going to thin it out with a little bit of cream. So as you can see, it kind of is starting to look like, almost like a dough. So from this point, you're just gonna turn up the speed on your mixer. And if you wanted to make something for the holidays, you could add a little bit of eggnog instead of heavy cream for a nice holiday eggnog flavor. We're gonna put about 1/4 cup of cream in to thin out this buttercream. And you want it on medium to high speed. So after about a minute of beating the cream and sugar, adding a little bit of heavy cream, you've got a nice thick buttercream frosting. So now for the best part, I've got some disposable piping bags. If you have a regular canvas piping bag at home, that's fine too. But something that a lot of people don't know is how to properly fill a piping bag. So you just want to cut the tip of your piping bag off, not too much, and we're going to use a star tip today to frost our cupcakes. It's my favorite. So you want to fit it in there nice and tight, and then I see so many people struggle trying to get their frosting in a bag and they get it all over the sides. So the best way to fill a piping bag is to put your hand underneath it, fold it over, and then you can very easily fill your piping bag. So just with a spatula, I'm just gonna kind of stir the rest of it together. And with our handy piping bag, you can just kind of spoon it in there without making a big mess. So the coconut oil in here adds a lot of coconut flavor, but if you wanted to go the extra mile, instead of adding vanilla extract, you could use a little bit of coconut extract. So another thing is you don't want to fill your piping bag too full, so it's better to do it twice than to have it too full, and then it's really hard to get it out of there. So once you've got your icing in there, then you can fold up the edges, and then you'll squeeze it, and you've got a perfectly filled piping bag. So now we've got some coconut flavored cupcakes here. gonna frost these and decorate them. You can have these done ahead of time, and this is something that's really easy to do with a group of kids or your family, a fun Christmas activity. So you want to start piping from the outside and just in a circular motion, finish up at the top. And you could very easily leave it like that. I'm sure anybody would enjoy a cupcake that way, but we're gonna go a little bit further and top it off with some toasted coconut. So now we've got a delicious buttercream frosting. You can use these on any cupcake, any cake, and they'll please everybody on your Christmas list.